The NBA has seen generational talent before. Players who won the genetic lottery, players who bring worldwide viewership to a team. But very rarely, a player enters the league who doesn't just impact basketball, they impact the business of it.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
In the French league, Rudy Gobert played in the same league.
Right.
Played 27 games. Victor Wembanyama played 34 games in that league and blocked over 50 more shots than Rudy Gobert did. I mean, that's significant. He's an 83% free throw shooter. He's got a great shooting touch. He only shoots about 30% from three, but I think that's going to improve because he's got really good mechanics. He's the real deal.
Coming into the 2023 NBA draft, one thing was clear. Wemby was going to be the first pick. He had been arguably the most scouted prospect since LeBron and drew attention from stars years before entering the draft.
2024 as Victor Wembanyama drills a deep three.
At 7'4" with guard-like movement, Wembanyama breaks traditional positional definitions. He protects the rim at an elite level, stretches the floor offensively, and covers space in a way that forces teams to rethink how they game plan. Someone like Wembanyama doesn't just raise his team's ceiling, but simplifies roster construction. When you have a player who can anchor a defense and dominate offensively, you reduce the need for redundancy across the roster. You don't need as many specialists. You need players to complement him, and that reduces the pressure on the front office to build the perfect roster around Wembanyama.
Vic, have you thought about MVP at all?
I have thought about it. I think right now there is a debate, that should be, even though I think I should lead the race. And I'm trying to make sure that until the end of the season, there's no debate anymore. There's many reasons. But as I said, I think right now it is still reasonable that there is a debate. My goal is to make sure that there's no debate anymore at the end of the season. My first one would be that defense is 50% of the game and that it is undervalued so far in the MVP race because I believe I'm the most impactful player defensively in the league. Second argument would be that we almost swept OKC in the season, and we dominated them 3 times with their real team and 4 times with more rotation players. And my third argument would be that offense impact is not just points.
Wembanyama's impact goes beyond just the court. A player like this creates surplus value immediately, elite-level impact on a rookie-scale contract. That's one of the most valuable assets in the NBA. It gives teams flexibility and opens a window where winning can overlap with cost efficiency. Stars like Wembanyama single-handedly influence ticket sales, merchandise, national TV exposure, and global attention. There's another layer to this, which often gets overlooked: market gravity. Players want to play with stars, and Wembanyama becomes the center of a system that attracts talent, attention, and long-term investment.
Truly, if I had to choose one franchise to get the number 1 pick, I would have chosen San Antonio. It's just, I know when I heard so much about the atmosphere and the culture over there, the winning culture, that this, if I had to choose, it would be a no-brainer.
But with this level of impact comes risk. When so much value is concentrated in one player, everything becomes dependent on availability and development. The upside is generational, but the margin for error becomes smaller. Victor Wembanyama is already a player who changes how teams build and how markets respond. Not only does he have the talent, but also influences the game from an analytical and economic perspective.
It's a very unique opportunity. Not many guys come around like that. And I think, not just him, but everybody else, I felt like the fit would be spectacular. And I feel like I have a lot of years left to play.
In a time where players have more control than ever, having a franchise cornerstone like Wemby is a cheat code for recruiting talent. Nobody would pass up the opportunity to play with a generational talent on one of the most well-respected organizations.